Welcome back to the Watchman. I'm excited to bring you this devotional as I have many others, but this one more particularly because it is one of my favorite books in the Bible, entitled Ecclesiastes. And yes, I'm going to take the whole book and summarize it in less than 10 minutes, maybe. But anyway, to begin here, you have to know a little bit about the book of Ecclesiastes because it's very unique and it's often misunderstood. It's one of those that people kind of question and can get kind of confused. It was written by the Koheleth or teacher. Traditionally, that's understood as King Solomon. Ecclesiastes explores life's complexities with raw and honesty. It wrestles with the apparent futility of life, yet calls us to a deeper reverence for God. Ecclesiastes doesn't sugarcoat life. It looks straight into the chaos. Here are some key themes and words and how it ultimately drives us towards Jesus. So in Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 2, it reads, "Vanity of vanities," says the preacher, "vanity of vanities, all is vanity." So what does this word vanity here mean? It's havel, or means vapor or breath. It signifies something fleeting, elusive, and without substance, like trying to grasp smoke. It appears 38 times, setting the tone in this book. See, life's pursuits, wealth, pleasure, wisdom, toil, are all like vapor. They're vanity, right? They promise fulfillment, but never fully satisfy. Solomon is not saying life is meaningless, but rather life is puzzling and fleeting. What are we chasing that is just a vapor in our own lives? Next we have in verse 3, what advantage does man have in all his work, which he does under the sun? Under the sun appears 29 times, representing life from a purely earthly human perspective, without considering heavenly ones. It emphasizes human limitations, life's cycles, and the futility of life when viewed apart from God. Without God, life under the sun is filled with frustration. We work, we strive, we age, we die. But the preacher is pushing us to think beyond the sun to God's purposes above the sun. What kind of treasures are you storing up? Earthly ones or heavenly ones? Then we're going to fast forward here all the way to chapter 3. I know it's pretty far, but chapter 3, verse 12. "I know that there is nothing better for them than to rejoice and to do good in one's lifetime. Moreover, that every man who eats and drinks sees good in all his labor. It is the gift of God." Here we have this joy, this simcha. Though life is fleeting, the preacher encourages us to rejoice in God's gifts: food, drink, work, relationships. Simcha is not a shallow happiness, but a deep happiness, God-centered and content. Are you content with God's blessing in your life? Now we're really going to fast forward all the way to the end of the book in chapter 12, verse 13. The conclusion then, when all has been heard, is this: fear God and keep his commandments, because this applies to every person. Fear here, yar, means to revere or honor, stand in awe. The conclusion of Ecclesiastes is not despair, but a call to worshipful reverence of God. True worship is meaningful, found not in life's pursuits, but in a right relationship with God, fearing him and obeying his word. Ecclesiastes reveals the God-shaped word in every heart. Life's pleasures, achievements, and wisdom are incomplete apart from God. They are incomplete apart from Jesus Christ. See, Jesus is the answer to havel, vanity, the smoke. In John 10:10, Jesus says, "I come that they may have life and have it abundantly." The above the sun perspective is found in Colossians 3, verses 1 to 2. Set your minds on things above, not earthly things. Where Ecclesiastes ends with fear God and keep his commandments, the New Testament reveals that Jesus perfectly kept the commandments for us and calls us into this relationship of grace through his sacrificial death and taking on the sin and punishment that we deserved on the cross. But by the power of his blood, we have been forgiven if we place our faith in him. And then, when our time is up, we will defeat death like Jesus did on that third day, and we will truly experience the blessings of God for eternity. So 5 points to take away from this. Number 1, recognize life's brevity. Everything apart from God is vapor. It's vanity. It's fleeting. Number 2, embrace God-given joy in daily life. Enjoy the small gifts with gratitude. Number 3, live with an eternal heavenly perspective. Don't live under the sun, but with the eyes fixed on the kingdom of heaven. Number 4, fear God rightly. Let awe and reverence for God shape your life. And finally, number 5, find your ultimate meaning in Christ. Only in Jesus does life's vapor gain eternal significance. I hope you've been encouraged as they did this crash course through Ecclesiastes, from vanity to hope. And I pray that you've been encouraged. Until next time, take care, God bless, and be strong.